Picture this, tiny tweaks leading to major transformations. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, I used to think that as well until I discovered micro habits. So today I'll be sharing with you 10 changes that I made that had an immense impact on my life and probably will have on yours too. Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Taya and I help people become their authentic self, live intentionally and experience true wealth. If that sounds interesting you, stick around and let's get started. So the first micro habit that I would like to share with you is starting your day off with herbal tea. Since adding hot herbal tea to my morning routine, I've increased my daily water intake to at least 2 liters. Drinking hot water or unsweetened herbal tea first thing in the morning actually supports detoxification and boosts metabolism by flushing out toxins and increasing metabolic rate for weight management. And it has also improved my skin. As you probably know, hydration is crucial for bodily functions and immunity. My herbal tea contains echinacea, which is known for boosting the immune system. Ginger tea is actually also a great alternative. Yes, I actually had to look up how to pronounce this word, and if I have mispronounced it, please correct me if I'm wrong. And besides all the health benefits, it just feels good doing it, and I just love this morning ritual. We've probably all been guilty of this, at least I have plenty of times. We mindlessly scroll through social media, only to discover being tempted by a flood of enticing ads and promotions. Let's take a pair of trending pens as an example that really catch your eye. Your initial impulse is to buy it on the spot because you think it will make you feel good. What I do in these situations is, instead of rushing into the purchase, I try to delay it. I take at least one day, and for bigger purchases often a couple of days, to think it over. During this time I reflect on if I really need the pair of pens or if it's just a fleeting desire driven by the thrill of shopping or trying to fill a void inside me. I also consider the practical aspects, such as how often would I use it? Does it even match the rest of my closet? Are there any alternative options that suit my needs better? Whether it fits my budget or compromises my financial goals? And if it truly aligns with my personal style. By giving yourself the space to evaluate your purchase, you may realize that the pair of pens don't hold as much value to you as you initially thought. Or maybe you end up buying the pair of pens. But by taking some time to pause and reflect, you give yourself the opportunity to make a more considered and intentional decision about your purchase. That way you don't act solely on impulse or an artificially created need. I do this actually with almost everything I buy. It has helped me a lot to not only achieve my financial goals, but also to drive longer lasting satisfaction from even the smallest investment returns. So the next thing is something where I first want to tell a little backstory. I found tons of people speaking about their 5 a.m., 4 a.m. or 6 a.m. morning routine, which has led them to maximum success and productivity, and maybe you have too. Also, I used to have jobs where I needed to get up very early in the morning, and somehow I felt like I could never unleash my full potential of productivity. I tried multiple things over a long period of time to build a habit of getting up early in the morning and be more productive. It worked quite well for a few days until it didn't. Then I started beating myself up about not being able to get up early in the morning, stick to my routine, not getting things done, not being more productive, and the vicious cycle began. But then I stumbled across a podcast years ago where a psychologist was speaking about chronotypes. And believe me when I tell you, this was a huge game changer for me. I don't want to get too deep into the topic here because I do think it would require a separate video. But if you want to learn more about it, I've linked some information in the description box below, and also a quiz where you can determine your own chronotype. Essentially, chronotypes are like internal clocks that determine whether someone naturally feels awake and active during the day or at night. It is based on 4 categories named after animals: bear, lion, wolf, and dolphin. The minute I acknowledged these differences and stuck to my chronotype, I found myself unlocking a productivity potential that I have never experienced before. And just a side note, don't get too caught up on putting yourself in one of these 4 categories. You can also be in between types. For example, I'm a mix between dolphin and wolf. To give you some inspiration on how this could look like in real life, I love getting up at 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning and love going to bed between 12 and 1 at night. And I make sure I get at least 8 hours of sleep. My most productive hours for challenging tasks or deep work are between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. and between 4 to 6 p.m. And sometimes I also have a little peak again between 8 to 9 p.m. For the rest of the day, I try to put in any tasks that are more on the lighter or repetitive side of things, or that I simply enjoy doing. So ultimately, you can look at chronotypes as a tool to identify your authentic way of being productive, to work with your internal clock rather than against it. And from there, you can start aligning your 24 hours accordingly. So this might be an odd one one, and it might sound ridiculous to you, but hear me out. I have come up with a theory that everything that I consume with a straw simply tastes better. For over a decade now, I have been using a straw for almost all of my drinks. My water, my tea, and even my coffee. And I love it. Let me also tell you about my personal benefits that come with this quirk. First of all, since it reduces the direct contact between your teeth and any acidic or sugary beverages, it can potentially lower the risk of tooth decay and enamel erosion. Second, it has helped me a lot to get at least 2 liters water or tea in daily, as I make it as easy as possible on myself to actually get into the habit of drinking a lot. And number 3, for my fellow coffee lovers, it doesn't stain your teeth. But most of all, I do it because I really enjoy it. Which is a great transition to my next microhabit. Too many times I see people, including myself, trying to find rational reasons for the things we do, almost as a justification to be allowed to do them in the first place. However, deeper meaning doesn't only derive from reason, but leading your life with reason and heart in a healthy balance. For some things, you don't need to have a rational explanation for why you do them. Simply do it because you love doing it, because it makes you feel alive, because it makes you feel strong, empowered, blissful, content, or serene. It is okay to not always do things with a motive to perform and bring your A game, but just because it evokes a positive feeling. So my next micro habit would be enjoying your daily activity. Moving your body is so rewarding on many levels. Before I had the muse and energy to build an entire workout routine 3 years ago, I would increase my daily activity with small things such as walking and taking the stairs. For example, when I used to live in Amsterdam, I would get off one tram stop earlier to walk to the apartment. In general, I've cultivated a mindset of always considering the option of walking, even if it takes more time when I need to get somewhere. For me personally, walking is something extremely valuable. It helps me clear my mind, be in the present, reduce stress, and improve sleep. Although by now I have built up a daily workout routine, I still try to incorporate walking as much as possible. And besides the feel-good factor, the health benefits are unbeatable. Imagine a study has found that engaging in moderate intensity physical activity, like brisk walking for 11 minutes daily, so approximately 75 minutes per week, may lower the risk of some of our top causes of death, such as heart diseases and stroke. So if you want to start with something, start walking. It's so simple, yet so powerful. Ooh, I really love this one. Ever since I can remember, I was obsessed with the saying, all good things come in threes, or the third is the charm. Therefore, it somehow became my unwritten rule in all sorts of life situations to give me guidance and direction. You probably know these situations where you simply don't know what to do. Neither your intuition nor your reason can give you advice. So I apply what I call the rule of 3. To give some concrete examples, let's say I text a colleague at work because I need their input, but they don't reply all day. I give them an internal deadline of 3 days to get back to me. I know that things can get hectic and busy, and I simply don't expect people to get back to me instantly. Everyone has their own routines and schedules, and I trust they will get back to me once it is possible for them. However, if I really need the information from them to proceed with my project, I will send a reminder, but only after 3 days. That way I respect their time management, yet I'm assertive in getting what I need in order to proceed with my work. And obviously this cannot apply to everything. There are cases where you maybe need an immediate response because otherwise there will be huge consequences. So take it with a grain of salt. Let's take another example. Let's say someone hurts you or does something that really upsets you. The first time it happens, you will say, we're all humans and people make mistakes. The second time it happens, you still give the benefit of the doubt. However, the third time it happens, this would be a cue for me to do an audit of my friendship to see if it still aligns with my values and standards. There's an exception to every rule, so we cannot see everything in black and white. But overall, it really has helped me make things less complicated and more straightforward. And it is still working for me up until this very day. So the next micro habit that I would like to share with you is turning off notifications and limit your phone use when making experiences. Turning off your notifications is a simple yet powerful micro habit that can significantly improve your efficiency, reduce stress, and strengthen your mindfulness. By reducing distractions from constant alerts and notifications, you can better maintain your concentration on tasks at hand and achieve a state of more flow easily. But it's not just that. The minute you decide you will get back to things when you feel it is right, you don't let notifications or people rule your life. This intentional way of living can give you such satisfaction and a sense of empowerment because you're not only reactive to your notifications anymore. Also, limiting my phone use altogether has helped me to create truly meaningful experiences. For example, I am the happiest person on earth when I'm at a rave festival, and I love capturing the moment to bring back the good memories whenever I feel down. At the same time, I also want to make sure that I'm savoring the moment and that I'm present to enjoy the experience to the fullest. Here it comes again, the rule of 3. I do have my phone with me, but I only take it out during 3 moments. And this is when I really feel I want to capture the mood, the vibe, or the beauty of it. That way, you will only give your full attention to the people and things you truly want, which will foster more meaning in the things you do. So the next micro habit revolves around productivity. So the concept is when you think it, do it. So you think of buying your dream mansion for 2 million? Do it. No, of course not. This is not how it works, and obviously take it again with a grain of salt. It doesn't apply to everything you would like to do in life. However, I found a lot of benefits in doing it in the combination with a 2-minute rule. When it takes you less than 2 minutes, do it right away. And obviously without going deeply into debt. That's also something that you should always keep in mind. For example, you're right before meeting up with a friend. Out of the sudden, you remember you wanted to get back to your landlord regarding this leaking sink. And it's an email that you have to write, and it literally doesn't take you a lot of time. Let's say you don't send the email and you meet right away with your friend. In the evening, when you want to do your dishes, you remember, oh, I actually wanted to text my landlord about the sink that needs to get fixed. And you maybe get annoyed because you cannot use the sink, or you might beat yourself up because you haven't texted your landlord, or something comes in between, as life always happens. So instead of postponing it, you can do it right away. It will help you avoid a ton of negative feelings that come with the repercussions of not doing it. So this approach has helped me to beat a lot of procrastination, uses up less mental capacity, preventing my mind from decluttering, and I avoid negative feelings. In case the task can't be done in 2 minutes, just write them down somewhere. As I have mentioned now quite often, I really love using Notion for this because I always have my phone or my laptop around, and I can just write it down and have it somewhere centralized to get back to it. This way you will also avoid the out of sight, out of mind phenomenon. If you don't see it, you will forget it. And the last one will be the power of thank you. Gratitude and compliments go a long way. What I found to be extremely rewarding was to say something nice or to say an intentional thank you to someone in my immediate circle. Don't keep track of the amount of times you said thank you or the amount of compliments you gave someone on Notion, as much as I love the tool, yes. Try to make it a natural part of your identity to express gratitude and say something nice to people around you. I do believe that a lot of people are appreciative and do think nice things about others, but we haven't yet focused enough on building the habit of expressing it out loud when we think it or feel it. While you can also maintain a gratitude journal, which is a very powerful tool for a certain period of time, it only strengthens the relationship with oneself. I personally found additional value and a deep connection in all of my relationships in vocalizing my gratitude and my kind words that I was thinking with my immediate environment. For example, my boyfriend and I, we have built a natural household routine where I take care of the laundry and he mainly does the cooking, as these are the tasks that we each fully enjoy. However, even if it's an established routine, every single time my boyfriend cooks for me, I make sure to say thank you. And similarly, he does it when I do the laundry. Expressing gratitude in words can give people a ton of positive feelings, showing that you don't take them for granted and make them feel special. In turn, this will make you feel good because you know that they will feel appreciated. I hope these tiny micro habits have as much of a positive impact on your life as they had on mine. I would also be curious to know what kind of micro habit was your game changer. Make sure to leave it in the comment section below. I will be making more videos about becoming your authentic self and support you in your growth. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell as well as the subscription button, and join the community as it grows. See you next time. Bye!